Hey everyone, sorry if I sound a little groggy in this video. I just woke up and decided that I'm going to make a final video for 2024. This video is going to have two parts. The biggest part is I am going to visit one of the new Ionna rechargeries. A couple hours from me over in Ohio, Ionna posted that they now have a public beta for their charger near Springfield, Ohio. So I am going to head out I-70 and go east a couple hours to visit that. I'm excited about new technology and new things, so I want to visit that. The second part is that I purchased this Bluetooth adapter. And what this does is it plugs into the OBD port of the car, and it transmits Bluetooth data to my phone. So what's great is the app has access to Apple CarPlay. So this is a VPeak OBD2 scan tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it into the car's OBD port, and then we'll take a look at the app real quick, and then we'll hit the road. And I apologize, it's so dark in here. The sun doesn't rise for another like 15 minutes, but I want to get on the road. I want to get this video going since it's about a 2-hour drive. So I plugged in the Bluetooth reader into my OBD2 port and I'm going to open up the app here. So the app I downloaded for this Bluetooth OBD reader is called Car Scanner. And you can see here, this is the Pro version. I paid a little more, I think $5 or $6 to have the Pro version. So I'm going to hit connect here at the bottom. This is connecting to adapter. Now I already preset all this up by putting in the bZ4X / Lexus profile. So it's got Toyota and Lexus in there for their EVs. So if I come to dashboard here, I can see data about my vehicle. And I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see. So the top left, we have BMS, state of charge, 100%, the battery voltage, the battery heater, you've got the battery minimum temperature, you've got a speedometer, and you can see in real time what the battery current is using. You can see the inverter coolant, things like the 12-volt battery, the AC, so that's if the air conditioning or the heat pump is on. You'll see that there. So battery max and ambient temperature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat on, and we can see the AC start to get power. So we're at 300 watts, and that will ramp up as the heat pump gets cycling through, and I can hear it going and it's ramping up. So we're using 1300 kilowatts or so. I'm sorry. So we're using a little over a kilowatt to power that heat pump. What I also like is here on CarPlay is I can hit the Car Scanner app and I can hit dashboard, and you can see all the data here as well. Now it doesn't show on the second line, it doesn't show the name, but that is how much power the vehicle's using. So you've got battery current for driving. You get the AC, we're up to 2400 watts, and you can see the temperatures there. So I think this is really neat because I can have this going while I'm driving, and I can see all the stats. Okay, I just changed the power consumption to show the trip average instead of the overall average. And then I am going to reset the trip here. Okay. So let's look on the map here. The thing with Ionna is that it's new, it's in public beta, so there's nothing on the app. Or they don't have an app, excuse me. So I am going to put in the address here. It's showing an hour 46 minutes, 117 miles. So we are going to get rolling. So a couple things to note as we get going. I'm at 99%, 216 miles of range. Now if I shut the air off, that jumps up to 230 miles. It is 51 degrees outside, so I really don't need the heat on. It feels great in the car. So I'm just going to leave it off to get maximum range. I've reset the trip, so we'll get data through that. And if you notice on the left side of the speedometer, where I've got my charge and power meters, since my car is basically full, it will only regen so much power when braking because it can't take any more power into the battery pack. So as I let off for the stop sign up here, it will only regen so much before it starts using the physical brakes. So I have the car scanner app going here on my dash in Apple CarPlay. You can see 99%. I'm accelerating up to 55 miles per hour, and we're using 32 kilowatts, so that's 36,000 watts of DC power. You can see the battery current. The heat pump is off, so that's not using anything. And then you've got battery heater and inverter, coolant, all that data there. So it's nice to be able to see that while I'm driving. I'm going to slow down here, and you can see it going into the negatives. Now typically if I'm braking normally, it'll go up to about 40 to 60 kilowatts of regenerative power, but because the battery's so high, I only got like 12 to 15 kilowatts there. So accelerating again, you can see it jumping up. So we are on the road and going to get on the interstate here in a few. Alright, it's been about 17 miles. We are now jumping on the interstate. And I'll show you the car scanner here so you can see power draw as I'm accelerating up to, I think it's 70 miles an hour. Look at that, 70 kilowatts. Alrighty, we're almost 50 miles in. 73%, 169 miles remaining. I did have the heat on for about 5 minutes because my windows were fogging up, but I've since turned it off. So a little under an hour remaining, 67 miles. So we should get there with about 100 miles remaining. Already almost 100 miles so far. We have 109 miles remaining at 47%. We're averaging 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour, which is pretty good. I've been averaging 73 to 75 miles per hour. So you can see here, we got 16 minutes left and 17 miles. We're almost there. Here's our exit. We've got 116 miles, 3 miles per kilowatt hour. We have 79 miles remaining at 36%. I do hope that this charger is up and running. They posted yesterday that it's now in public beta, so I can't really fault them if it doesn't work, but I hope it does. If not, then on my way home, there's an EVgo station that I can charge at for free. So not all is lost. We'll just see what happens. Gas here is definitely cheaper than Indianapolis. It's $2.87 here. I think it's $3.10 or $3.15 by me. So there we go. We've got the Ionna chargers there. See them at the Sheetz. So we'll see if they're up and running. Doesn't look like there's anybody there. Alrighty, pulling into the Sheetz. There's the gas pumps. We can see over here. We've got the Ionna chargers. So to my left here, we have 2 NACS stations with 4 plugs. And here we've got the CCS plugs. So I am going to pull into CCS 3. Okay, so 3B, I think the screen's on this side, yep. So it says pay by card, 48 cents a kilowatt hour, no idle fee, no flat fee. Sorry, it's so windy out here. Yep. So I'm gonna try to use Apple Pay here. Need to choose 3B. Maybe. Start on the card reader. 3B. Well, oh, there we go. Is that payment now for 3B? Sorry it's flickering so much. So it authorized $75. That's interesting. So I guess that's a authorization charge. So it's approved. Okay, so please plug in. Put this here. Well, it's kind of a stretch. Okay. So, trying to pull the handle here. Okay. Wow, that thing is girthy. Okay. Plugged in. It says preparing charging session. Sorry, I'm trying to block the wind. I'm sure it's probably annoying. So we're ramping up now. Sorry, the screen's got a glare on it. Kilowatts at 38%. So let's go in the car and look at the car scanner. Okay, back in the bZ4X, we can see on the screen shows an hour 55 to full charge. I think it said 40 minutes to 80%. So if I go back to the car scanner app, go to dashboard, there we go. So we're at 40%. We're taking in 88 kilowatts. You can see the battery is at 365 volts. The battery heater is not on because the AC shows that it's 0 kilowatts, so it's not using the heat pump to heat the battery pack. Being at 90 kilowatts, I'm sure that the batteries will heat up on their own, but we can see there, batteries are at 66 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's about what I expect out of the bZ4X. If it was warmer outside, I would definitely get more power delivered, but it is 55 degrees, so the batteries aren't above 70. So we'll see. Maybe it'll ramp up once they warm up. I don't know. I doubt it. We just ticked over to 50%. We're still holding 85 to 86 kilowatts. The battery's gone up to 75 degrees. But being at 50%, this is probably the max speed we're going to get. You know, basically, once this gets to 65 to 70%, it tapers pretty quick. So, yep, we'll keep watching it. Just ticked over 60%. We are 78 kilowatts. Battery is at 84.2. So really doing pretty good. I love the look of these chargers. My wife would love the color. So I'm probably going to go into Sheetz and get a drink and maybe a snack. Yeah, it's really uneventful. I'm glad this is working. I'm going to put this on PlugShare. I know it's still in public beta, but I'm going to add it to PlugShare because I think it's a good stop. It's working for me. I can't test the Tesla ones, obviously, or the NACS adapters, but so far so good. These say it can go up to 400 kilowatts. Of course, my bZ4X won't go past 100 most of the time, but I'm happy with it. So at 64%, I just heard the battery cooler turn on. So the battery's at 86 degrees, and you can see now AC is using 1500 watts. So it's probably going to try to cool the battery down a little bit. Okay, just got out of Sheetz. Really nice location. I think this is the first time I've been to a Sheetz before. Bathrooms are really clean. They got a lot of food options. I just got a drink to go. So let's look at our active session here. So 75%, we're down to 53 kilowatts. So that's kind of to be expected with the bZ4X. But in all reality, like I got here, I plugged in, did a quick video, and now like I'm almost to 80%, so I might as well unplug and move on, because really I don't need to go that high. But I just don't see why people, I don't know, complain so much about it taking so long to charge. Like I went to the restroom, I got a drink, I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the charge, see what we're at. Okay, so I'm going to voice over this part because the wind noise was just so bad. So I selected stop charge and then select stop again and confirm we want to stop. And now you can see the finished data. So 28.6 kilowatt hours, 75 kilowatts average rate, 22, almost 23 minutes, about 40% charge there. So I'm going to unplug now. And that handle was definitely beefy. So I had to turn around to get it back into the spot. So now that's back and plugged in. So the total charge was $14.74. So now we can see a graph. It peaked at 93 kilowatts, and the graph just shows basically all the data we just saw. So I'm going to hit back and look at the receipt. So it shows a QR code for a survey. So I'm going to go ahead and scan that QR code. So then hit exit and we're done. Cool. So I'm going to get back in the car. I'm going to go ahead and add this to PlugShare. Oh, got to charge. Close the charging port. I'm going to add this site to PlugShare because it worked really well. As I'm sitting here, it looks like more people are coming in to charge. There's 2 more vehicles, which is great. People are using it. The site is added to PlugShare. So you can see it here. I've added a photo and a little more data. So, yeah, I like it. So I'm gonna head back to Indianapolis. Really pretty uneventful. I'm glad that the site worked. It looks like Ionna is doing the right thing. They're making great strides and getting their sites up really quick. They're a new company. So, yeah, I hope more of them come to the Indianapolis area. I would love to visit. Thanks for watching. And subscribe if you haven't. I'm hoping to get my hands on a 2025 bZ4X from my dealer so that I can do a quick review on it and kind of compare it to my 2024. So thanks for watching and have a good one.